Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Well, hi. Thank you so much for being here. So grateful every single time you hit play or you download. I really appreciate it. And I'm so grateful that you're here. Pretend I'm hugging you if you're into that. Pretend I'm high-fiving you if that's your thing. But I really appreciate it. And I thank you for being patient with me as I struggled getting into the Christmas spirit. I'm telling that to myself too. I was a little grumpy at myself. Like, let's go. But it is the holiday season. It is Christmas time, and my spirit has been awakened to it, and I'm so grateful for it. I was thinking the other day, this may sound like a silly question, but I kind of wondered what is it about Christmas that I even really like so much? What is it about Christmas that people love so much? And I'm quite sure I can't just reduce it down to gifts or, it is a religious holiday. Just if you just so happen to celebrate Christmas as a religious holiday, it's more than that. It is I think one of the cool things about Christmas is it's an excuse for so many things that we may always want, but it's hard to fight for ourselves. So we kind of cling to this time of year and use it as our excuse to do things we might not otherwise do. Now, this one, I'm kind of unique in the sense that I use Christmas as an excuse to buy anything and everything with my name plastered all over it, or to stop and admire my name in lights. If you have a light up joy sign outside your house, please know that when I drive by it, I smile. Sometimes I stop and admire it. Sometimes I stop and take a picture of it. It's very fun. If maybe your name is Holly, Gloria, what? I don't know anybody named Eve. I rarely know anybody named Gloria anymore, but Holly. I'm trying to think of all the names people always give the characters in a Christmas movie. They always, they'll name you Joy, or I wish I could think of another one. But if you have a Christmassy type name, that can be fun. Very fun for me because I love to see myself on ornaments and wrapping paper and name it. I love it. But I think some of the excuses that it gives us are a chance to slow down. Even if we don't take it, I know a lot of times we don't take it, but it gives us a chance to go see family, friends maybe that we haven't seen most of the year. Your work is going to have a Christmas party, right? The entire year. You're doing meetings and this and that and solving problems and figuring things out and trying to work within the budget and this and that. Well, at least this one time a year, you get to dress up. We're going to eat some good food. We'll maybe do a Secret Santa or whatever kind of fun thing. We're trying to be light and not talk about deadlines and not talk about this. We want to see people's husbands and wives. It's really so fun to see somebody in a different circumstance. I love to see somebody with their partner that they talk about all the time. And it's like, oh, hey, yeah, we talk about you all the time. I know when you're doing it. I know when you did great. And I know when you ran out of milk and didn't tell anybody. And, your wife wanted to have some coffee that morning and it wasn't right. I know all of that. I know all about you. I know lots of things about you. You probably don't even think I know, but it's fun to see you in person, I think that's kind of an excuse. And if we didn't have Christmas, I'm actually not quite sure we would do that, So I love that. The excuse to go see family that are far away or have them come visit you that were far away. Yes, all year long, wouldn't this be great? Wouldn't you want to do that? But it's hard to maneuver the time. It's hard to figure it out, but everybody knows it's the holidays. So we'll have maybe a couple of days off, or you may be able to squeeze a little bit more time off out of that time than you would normally be able to. So it's an excuse now. Now you get to go visit and you can hang out. Great. Yes, I know it's not always the desire, but I'm just saying, if you want to, this is the opportunity to do it. Here's your excuse. If you need to take a little brain break, I promise you, whoever's on the other end of the whatever email you're trying to send or whatever project you're trying to get done, they would happily, you know how the holidays are, they would happily say, why don't we push that to January? Let's give each other a break here. Let's give ourselves a break here. You want to circle back in January? Yes. Let's collectively, as a society, let us circle back in January. I'm not going to want to when it comes back, but we can all agree, let's not do this to ourselves for the next couple of weeks. Let's not. Our head is on pecan pie, Let's not. We're busy. It's an excuse to ask for a present that you normally wouldn't. The kind of family I come from, we just send links to each other. And I know some people hate that and they think the surprise is the best part, and knowing someone well enough to know what they would love and getting them something they would never think of to get for themselves. Yeah, and that is beautiful. I fully agree. But I also lean into, I really, really love this super expensive face mask, and it is ridiculous for me to buy it for myself, but someone else would happily get it for me for Christmas. And now I can use it without feeling bad about making a poor decision. That is a great excuse. And I love that, because there's so many good, cool things in my life still around. Because, I mean, I don't know how well you know me. I would not have a Dyson vacuum cleaner if it weren't for Christmas. So that it's an excuse. It's a cool excuse to get something cool that I could never get, or to buy somebody something that you might not normally have the budget for. It's a good excuse to give Christmas bonuses. I wish more people would take advantage of that excuse. And I wish for all of us. But it's a good excuse to say, all year long, Amazon driver, all year long, post office employee, all year long, house cleaner, all year long, teacher, all year long, these people that are in your life that are constantly doing things for us and helping us and supporting us, rather than thinking of it at a different time. Christmas is an excuse to be like, you know what? I should thank this person. I should thank this person for taking such good care of me. I should thank this person for always making sure this is taken care of or this is done and supporting me in my life this way. Thank you for babysitting our kids all year long. Thank you for helping me keep my house clean. Thank you for name it. And it's a great opportunity, and it's not weird. If you just randomly at the end of June, we're like, hey, postman, thanks for everything this year. Here's a tip. I mean, obviously she would love it, or he would love it, but it's not weird at Christmas time. So just having that excuse just really sets us up to love each other well and to spend some time together and to lean into the goodness that people bring to our lives and the goodness we want to bring to other people's lives. Is it too commercial? Sure. I'm sure, just like everything else. But if we'll really see it as an opportunity to say something we wouldn't normally say, see someone we wouldn't normally see, dress up in a way we wouldn't normally dress up, love someone in a certain way by giving them a certain gift, or just updating them on our lives. Christmas cards. I adore Christmas cards. Anytime someone asks me for my address this time of year, I get a little bit giddy. And I usually write, I hope this is for a Christmas card. Just so you know for sure, keep me on your Christmas card list. I love it. I post them and I put lights around them and the whole thing. And I love remembering how much we love each other. And I love seeing your family grow. And I love to see them in front of a Christmas tree. And I don't care if you took the picture in August, sweating through your boots and your sweater. I'd like to see you celebrating. And I'd love to have it in the house. I keep all my old Christmas cards. And it's kind of fun. Every year when I put them up, I'll put up, an old one of, oh, look, when your kids were babies, remember before you guys had kids and it was you and the dogs and the Christmas card. I think it's adorable. And it's a great way to mark, wow, look how long we've been friends. Because we probably met before this, but this year we meant it so much. I got a Christmas card from you. What a delight. And truthfully, it is a spiritual holiday. If you don't celebrate, the purpose of Christmas is to celebrate Jesus being born as a baby. So the story goes that God, our all-knowing, all-loving Father, looked down and saw us here on the earth suffering with sin, suffering with sadness, suffering with struggle, and wanted to send a savior to us. And so instead of sending what we would imagine some big warrior, some big king, some big powerful someone to swoop in and save us, he sent his son Jesus as one of us. And he sent him in the form of a baby. So as much as we love a little baby and we love to see a cute little baby, what truly we're seeing happen is this being that had everything, knew everything, was in heaven, everywhere, outside of time, outside of everything, humbled himself, literally left everything that was great about his life and took on everything that's hard about our lives. Meaning he's going to be hungry and can't even feed himself yet. He's going to need a diaper change. He's going to be cold. He's going to be tired. He's going to be grumpy. And not only is he going to be humbled, because being born a rich person on the earth is still way worse than being God, right? Being a rich person would be easier. But he was born into a poor family, didn't even have a bed to sleep in. They had to sleep out in the barn. Mom actually gave birth out in the barn. That's how humble his beginnings were. And although he lived here for over 30 years, teaching and healing and doing his thing, all those over 30 years, he stayed humble because he was walking around in his sandals, getting his feet dusty, probably sneezing. I can imagine there were a lot of allergies back then. Not even maybe because of allergens, but because the dust is always up in your beard and your nose and your everything. And I think there probably was a lot of hair everywhere. It's not like we're combing this hair every day. We're just out here in our sandals and old-timey clothes, and we're just doing the best we can. He does have allergies. He does have a headache. He does have probably knee pain. His feet probably hurt because they walked everywhere. It was probably uncomfortable to ride a donkey even, and that was a treat. But everything that we deal with, he dealt with. So when we say, a Christian would say, we have a sympathetic Savior, meaning he knows what we went through, what we go through. Now, maybe he doesn't know what it's like when Wi-Fi goes out, but He certainly knows what it's like to have an annoying brother. He knows what it's like to need to get up and go to work and be a carpenter, and he's tired and he just wants to sleep in. He knows what it's like to have to get eye boogers out of his eyes in the morning when he wakes up. He knows what it's like to, for his friends to act like they're going to be good friends and then turn around and not be there for him. He knows all these things about being in the world because that's what he did. He came here for us. So not only did he just come to save us, he came and lived as us to know us so that when we reach out to him, we know, hey, he's actually sympathetic to us because he knows it's kind of crappy down here. He knows it's not all it's cracked up to be. He knows what it's like to sleep on a pretty bad mattress. I imagine they slept, they didn't have a Posturepedic. They didn't have any memory foam is the word I'm trying to get to. So Christmas is, in a certain way, an excuse to remember that. I love a nativity scene. I love to think about the baby Jesus, but it's really that remembrance that, it's not just about a baby and mom and dad having to find a place to have him. And it's about those next 30 plus years of actually being here. You might hear the term Emmanuel during Christmas. That means God with us. Because God was up in heaven. He loved us. But Jesus is the God that came down here and was actually with us. And it's just another excuse to remember why we celebrate. And we take a little part of the year to say, should we think about this every day? If we're a Christian, of course we should think about this every day. But it's hard to. So it's another excuse to, hey, let's sing some songs to remind us about this. The silent night, the holy night. O come, Emmanuel. That this is when he came. So whether you celebrate it as a spiritual holiday or not, I did want to kind of explain why for many people, it's a bigger deal than gifts. And it's a bigger deal than music. And it's a bigger deal than sleigh bells and red cups at Starbucks and all the things. But whatever it is that you need during this time, if Christmas can help make an excuse for you to get some more of it or to push you over the edge to do it, to talk to that person you haven't talked to in a while, to see that person, to spend time with them, invite someone to a party that you may have fallen out with, or to send someone a Christmas card that's been a while, or to write them a letter, or to send them a text, or to buy them a gift. If there's somebody in your life that maybe you haven't expressed, hey, I super, super appreciate you. Let Christmas be an excuse. It is happy to be your excuse. It is more than happy. It loves to give you the opportunity to love people and to reach out and to think deeply and love deeply. That is what is so beautiful about Christmas. Yes, the lights are great. Yes, it's fun. Yes, gifts are awesome. But Christmas is so happy to be your excuse. Let it be. And Merry Christmas.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it anyway.
You don't know how to use it anyway.
James.
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.